We have the blue Dwarven player Pinicus, also known as Canicus from Canada at the bottom side, against the purple or red Elven player Lau, using a different nickname here, Onyeka Khan or Chan, playing the Elven faction on the beautiful map Firenzeal. It's a clash between elves and dwarves, just like in the films. They actually kind of hate each other, as you guys know. There is no love in between. I mean, it kind of is between Gimli and Legolas. They kind of become friends later on in the story, but at the beginning they were also kind of rivals. You know, kind of like a good sort of, you know, rival relationship. They just wanted to make sure that they kill more to make the dwarves or the elves more proud. 2 Malon trees into the barracks. On the other side we see 2 mineshafts into the 3rd mineshaft, into the mineshaft number 4, coming up for the Dwarven player Canicus. When it's BFME 1 tournament, after this one. So we have still many ideas for the BFME 1 patch, and we are still waiting for D-Mac. D-Mac is kind of busy right now as he's studying, and then we will add also plenty of new animations. We are also working, as mentioned also in the other stream, on a new launcher, which is not gonna only support the Battle for Middle-earth 1, but also BFME 2 and Rise of the Witch King will be supported. So like an auto-update button, one button to download them all, one launcher to rule them all. It's going to be something great. So this is gonna take a while, and once this is finished, once the new version is out, definitely BFME 1 tournament as well. So Archer range start, that's pretty interesting. We have Lorien warriors coming out of the barracks immediately. They will go for harassment, and I believe the archers, or the extroverts rather, they won't make it out in time. And the Lorien warriors, they should be able to destroy at least one of the mineshafts. We shall see. Luri, welcome. Cappuccino, welcome. Already talked about the trailer? Not really. I mean, to be honest, it's not like a real trailer, is it? I mean, for me, it's like a teaser about like a logo, you know, with like voices talking about the One Ring, you know, to rule them all and stuff like that. So we don't actually get the chance to see anything from the series in the teaser, unfortunately. So, you know, I'm kind of a little bit disappointed. I was expecting a bit more, to be honest with you. When I was clicking on it, I was super hyped. I was like, let's go, you know what I'm saying? Finally, it's out. Then you see nothing but like a logo, and that's it. Actually, Lorien warriors are smoking those extroverts, boys. They dealt so much damage to them. Guardians, they actually kind of got interrupted because of the extroverts. They came out from the archer range. And yes, the Lorien warriors, they won't be able to deal too much damage, but they almost killed a full battalion of extroverts. That's pretty nice, and they will also be able to get away. Remember, they are way faster. Look at the movement speed differential between the Guardians, extroverts, to the Lorien warriors from the Elven faction. 1 archer, 2 archers. Now, he has actually a second Lorien warrior battalion. He will be also able to scout the mineshaft. The mineshaft has been taken down. The builder might be in trouble. I don't know if the Lorien warriors are faster than the builder. If they are, the builder is going to be taken down. Looks like they are equally fast. Look at that. That looks so funny, you know what I'm saying? It looks like these are donkeys, and this is like a Yabba Dabba Doo guy healing up while he's being chased down. Archers are creeping the Warclay in the meantime with the help of the second builder. We will have also more extroverts. Extroverts are great against Lorien archers, but this is a very aggressive Elven gameplay from the Elven player Lau. Feels like the Elder Scrolls 6 trailer. True. Big Boy Glow, welcome. Yeah, very basic teaser, no informations. I mean, it's still like a long time, right? Maybe they don't want to make like a announcement now, because then people might forget about it and they might lose the hype about it. So I think now is the time when they will start releasing more and more informations about the series, because September, 2nd September this year, it is time to rock and roll. We shall see. Wondering, will there be a longer for BFME 2 Rise of the Witch King to somewhere? What? Wondering, will there be a launcher? I mean, you mean like launcher? Launcher, okay. Yeah, definitely. We are working on it. So it's gonna be a launcher. Basically, you know, will support all Battle for Middle-earth games. So you click on one button and you download BFME 1. You click on the second button, you download BFME 2. And if you are interested, you can download Also with one button, the Rise of the Witch King expansion. So easy peasy. It's definitely possible. Hey, why can I watch only in 360p or 160p? I think it's only maybe your connection. Maybe you should just refresh the page. Should be no problemo though. I think everybody else has the chance to watch in 1080p. Okay, the Malone tree has been taken down, lots of units, but great trample is incoming from the Lancers. That's pretty nice from the Elven player. Very well executed. Pretty nice. I mean, he's abusing the fact that they have no pikemen around, the Dwarven units. One more beautiful trample into the extrovers. I mean, Dwarf player realizing, okay, I need to do fast. You know what I'm saying? I need to deal as much damage as potentially possible because I won't be able to win this fight in long terms. His Lancers are going to wipe out my army. And he was still able to deal great amount of damage. I mean, he destroyed like 2 of the starting Malone trees, which is pretty big. And during all this time, he's untouched himself. And that gives the Dwarven faction player Gannicus the snowballing opportunity. Now he has some momentum, and he can keep the momentum by building multiple mineshafts next to the side of the Elven player and just keep pressuring on his eco all the time. Has everyone seen the Amazon Lord of the Rings title announcement? Yeah, I think so. Hopefully new BFME game out because of the Amazon series. I hope so, but I don't think that's gonna be the case. I mean, I hope really that this is gonna happen, but creating a RTS game doesn't seem to be like a great call for the developing companies. You know what I'm saying? It's a long time investment, which will take you lots of time to actually develop, and also lots of money. And at the end of the day, you don't make nearly as much money as making like a basic mobile game like Lord of the Rings Rise to War, in which people have the small transactions, and the developing companies can make much more money off that. You know what I'm saying? And that's much faster to be finished. Like a PC version RTS game in 2022 from scratch is going to take them ages, and they will also have to spend lots of money into the development, you know, just to set it once. There is a mineshaft. Lancers are doing a good job. They are avoiding the pikemen quite nicely. Beautiful trample over and over again from the Durandal Lancers, but we get now more and more reinforcements. The Elven player is being outspammed. Tom Bombadil and on your face, son. Beautiful Sonic Song, but not enough to change the outcome of this battle. This battle is looking great for the Dwarven player Gannicus. He's literally everywhere. The stable is going to be found, and the pikemen from Dwarves, they can actually take down the stable in literally 5 seconds. So he's doing good defending himself. The Hobbit summon will be used now offensively from the Dwarven player, and the thing is that in the Lancers, they should be trampling them down by now, because he has not many pikemen remaining on the field anymore. But the Lancers are kind of busy taking down the mineshafts. The Hobbits are moving to the stable, and the stable has one more Lancer cooking. So the Lancer is gonna join the battlefield now. Perfect timing, right into the Hobbits. Tom Bombadil is punching the kids on the ground. Sit down, kids. Hey Benzi, welcome. Does the game lag because of your PC or the engine of the game? I mean, it's definitely not because of my PC. Every PC which was purchased after 2005 should be easily able to handle Battle for Middle-earth games. I think in 99% of the case, it's because of the game's engine or because of Game Ranger, but never because of a PC. Maybe because of your connection too, but I have a great connection, to be honest. I mean, my connection and my PC should be able to handle this, no problem. I have not the greatest PC, but it's definitely great enough to play and stream Battle for Middle-earth games on it. Good evening, TTC. Welcome. Good evening. How is your ranking climb going on in League of Legends, TTC? Yeah, definitely. I mean, when there is much more interest, greater interest, then sure. But I believe the general interest about the RTS games is kind of very low in the new generation. So there are not many young people who are interested in the RTS games. You know what I'm saying? They are much more like in the MOBA games, in the FPS games, but not that much into the RTS games, which also requires a lot of commitment. So in order to be actually getting good in RTS games, you need to kind of commit a lot. Beautiful, but it's not enough. Look at the pressure. I mean, the only good thing for Elven player is he's expanding quite nicely on the middle of the map. You see that, how many Malone Trees does he have? That's the reason why he has still 600 command points available against 800. And the Dwarven player has to kind of take care of these ASAP, and because the Elven player is just getting too much money. But look at the damage to the... What? Does he have siege hammers? No, he doesn't. Okay, no more. I mean, just kill the pikeman, I guess. Heal will be used. The commitment is big, and remember, the Elven faction has no rebuild from the spellbook. If the fortress falls, that's a big one. This might be the deciding move from the game number one. In the game number one, we have now the Elven Wood, which will be used defensively on top of the own fortress, which will give you additional armor, damage, and combat experience, which hopefully will make the defending of the fortress a bit easier. Now it makes way more sense. There is actually Gloin, but Gloin is going to be taken down. I believe the fortress is not going to fall tonight. Yeah, I mean, that's a very risky move from Gannicus, right? That's an overcommitment. So if you take it down, it's great, but if you don't take it down, the enemy will get so many power points collected and so much EXP on the units. And that's definitely the case, and I believe Lau now has the chance to turn this game eventually around. One big counter push might change literally everything. So Gloin has been taken down, lots of Guardians, lots of Extroverts, and lots of Pikemen. So great defense, definitely. But Lau also has to be kind of careful, because, you know, he might recommit on this one. It's quite low, and it repairs quite slowly as well, so it will take ages to get back to the full HP. So the damage dealt is pretty nice. Ali, thanks for the follow, appreciate that. Welcome, hope you're gonna enjoy your stay. Shanks, what day is the final? Unfortunately, the final is not scheduled like anything else in the Battle for Middle of Tournament, so it's hard to say this is the day, this is the time, because we are not even ready yet for the finals. You know, we have like one more semi-finals between Sauron and Andy Brandy, which is gonna happen tomorrow evening, and then it depends also how fast you will be advancing in the losers bracket. If you are asking about the finals of the winner bracket, it's gonna happen definitely this weekend, but I cannot tell you which day and which time. Remember that when you said that people don't watch the explanation? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, you know, people are lazy when it comes to learn something. It means also committing to something and spending lots of time into that. You know what I'm saying? Especially the existing Battle for Middle-earth games. I mean, they are not easy to learn, and even harder to find games on. You know, like, I believe every popular game should have a server. You know what I'm saying? You need to have a server in which you can click on one single button, find a match, and boom, it gets you into a match without you having to join a Game Ranger lobby, having to wait. Eventually you will be italic, you have another problem with the connection, somebody will DC, somebody will disconnect. So it's really not for everybody. Not you know, you need to be a patient person to actually get through it. Unless there is going to be a tool which is going to be something like a quick match system with like a ranking ladder, and you click on one single button, find a match, 1v1, great. You choose 1v1, click find a match, it will match you automatically with somebody equally to your skill level, and you get to play the game without having to infinitely wait or look for games to be found, you know. So I think this is the most optimal thing. So when it comes to change anything about Battle for Middle-earth games, that would be the #1 priority in my personal list. Make it more easier accessible to get the games downloaded and installed, and make the, you know, matchmaking and finding a match also way easier. Beautiful, actually, you know. I don't know why actually Gannicus never going for multiple pikemen. They've also now Haldir on the field, level 2. Gloin is taking lots of damage over time. The extroverts are gonna get trampled down once again. The Lorien archers, they are splitted out, and they should now be able to commit on Gloin. Heal is on cooldown, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, it's on cooldown. But he has Undermine from the spellbook. Undermine can be used in the worst case to save Gloin, but it looks like he doesn't want to use it to save the hero. He might use the Undermine later on to deal either damage to the enemy units or to go for a potential sneaky attack. Haldir is getting more and more experience. We have 925 command points in total for Dwarves, and we have in total 700 command points available for Elves. And look his money. He has now a hero cooking. It might be Legolas, it might be Thranduil. We shall see. I mean, to be honest with you, I believe Legolas would be a better choice in Cole in a situation like that, in which you only or mainly have to kill the enemy units. But Thranduil is a better investment into the mid to late game. Because if there is going to be a Gimli and you have like a highly leveled Thranduil on the field, he might be the one who can deal with the Dwarven hero. We shall see. You remind me of the past, hey man? Welcome, thank you so much. Will you play BFME 1 today? Not sure yet. We might actually jump into a game or two later on, but first of all, we gotta finish off this best of 5.
We bring swords from Lorien.
You have only one choice.
Somebody have a link for a trailer? I don't have a link, but we can take a look at, or just go to YouTube and type, you know, Lord of the Rings Prime trailer or something. Can you fix camera, Shanks? What do you mean with camera? Dante. I think the chat is gonna automatically block the links unless you are a moderator or something. So it's hard to put a link in the chat. Maybe DMAC can do it.
We bring swords from Lorien.
Camera angle? Okay, sure. I did it. Okay, so Arrow Volley is available, Tom Bombadil is available, and the Elven Wood is available for the next big fight. And the next big fight will definitely be a Fiesta one. We have multiple Lorien archers with Haldir being around them, level almost 3. And also Elrond, never mind, I take it back. Actually, he didn't, you know, he didn't go for Thranduil or for Legolas. He actually went for the Agent Smith. And with level 3, he has the leadership unlocked, which can stack with the Rallying Call or with the damage leadership from Haldir. So Gloin is coming, and that's what I'm talking about. The amount of time the fortress will need to recover and to repair itself is a long time. Tom Bombadil special summon from the Elven play. He's looking for a juicy and beautiful Sonic song. Nice one. Trying to keep the Dwarven units away. That's a Shake Foundation from Gloin, the daddy of Gimli. The commitment once again on the fortress. He's like tunnel vision focus on the fortress, but the Elven army is coming now. Hobbit summon will be used from the Dwarven player. Beautiful slap. Arrow Volley on top of the summon. What a fiesta and messy fight. The fortress is still under attack. I don't see anything, by the way. I don't know what's going on. I finally am able to see once again. Tom Bombadil is also offering you additional armor leadership for the nearby allied elves. And with the help of, you know, Tom Bombadil, Arrow Volley, the Elven player once again will be able to save himself the fortress, which is pretty nice. And there was an Undermine for that. Undermine has been used, which is not permanent, by the way. It's going down slowly but surely, but it's quite beefy. It has 4,750 HP, so I think taking it down, and also a great design. I like this a lot. Look at the amount of damage you are dealing. Why would you demolish that? You don't even get money from it. I believe it's okay though. Not a big deal, not a big problem. We have also King Dean on the field, who's level 5 already. Has the Mighty Rage unlocked, which can be a buff or a debuff, depends on how you want to use it. No battle wagons all game long, but that's about to be changed. Maybe even some Men of Steel could be a nice choice, but it looks like that's not gonna be the case for now. This Malone tree is gonna be protected level 2. This one is also, I mean, this one is level 1, but I think he had like one level 2 somewhere. It looks like it has been taken down. We have a lot of money for the Elven player. Elrond is level 2, has Atelas and Farsight. One more level is required. Haldir is already level 4 for the leadership to be unlocked for additional damage leadership. But once again, the leadership can be negated from the Mighty Rage of King Dean. So Rallying Call has been used, which is a mistake, because Rallying Call cannot stack with the damage leadership from Haldir, right? So it's like a bad thing, but we have Gimli on the field. That's what I'm talking about. Extra. With level 2, he has already the deep attack available. So big commitment with the Lancers, and they will be eventually taken down. Looks like they will be barely able to get away. Mighty Rage has been already used. Gimli has to be careful, he was surrounded for a second. Elrond still needs one more level. Mighty Rage is on cooldown. Rallying Call has been used. Gimli is taking so... Actually, Elrond smoked him. Elrond destroyed him. He has also Atelas. Look how fast he is. It looks like a mounted hero. He's like sprinting, boys. What the heck? He was kind of like... This guy is like immune to crowd control, I think. He was running through the enemy army and chasing and running down Gimli. And hitting like a truck also against King Dean. Dude, Elrond, I think, is a great choice here. And look at this. You cannot run away from him. And also King Dean has been taken now. What a game. What a turnaround. It was looking phenomenal for the Dwarven player, Gannicus. But he kept trying to destroy the fortress, which was definitely an overcommitment. And look at the levels from the Lorien archers. They are fat. Level 6, level 6. Haldir is level 5. Now Elrond is also level 5. So it's becoming wars and wars and wars and wars. 11 power points collected, 850 command points available for the Elven player. After the Elven Wood, Arrow Volley, and Tom Bombadil, he has almost 12 power points collected. We have 20 power points now for the Dwarven player, Gannicus. However, the 25 from Dwarves is not that devastating. So you have like either the chance to summon the Citadel, or you can actually use the Earthquake, you know, but that's it. Like obviously the evil factions, they have like the chance of the Balrog, of the Dragon Strike. And I believe overall, when it comes to deal damage to the buildings and structures, the evil summons are a bit greater. Even though, don't get me wrong, Earthquake can also deal a great amount of damage. And nothing can kill Earthquake, while the dragon can be killed, while the Balrog can be killed, right? So it's definitely not bad.
The phalanx will bring some order.
My friends and I used to play this in the past 10 years ago. I mean, it's still playable. I mean, you can still download the game and play it via Game Ranger. It's definitely possible. I think so. I'm doing good, man. Brantules, welcome. Are we going to see Sauron versus Andy tonight? I don't think so. We might be able to, because Andy Brandy is working until 10:30 p.m. So he will be home in about an hour. Oh, damn, dude, mine. I mean, dealt great amount of damage, but the disabling effect and the knocking back effect was actually pretty juicy. He's not going for the arrow volley or claw break. What is going on? Leap attack from Gimli. Arrow volley is coming in clutch, killing literally every extrovert. Gloin and Gimli are inside the army. Level 4 for Gimli, but Gimli is once again getting slaughtered. That's why you need to get into level 5 as soon as possible. Now the daddy, Elrond and Gannicus, ladies and gentlemen, without saying a word, just leaves the game silently, and that's it. Let's see. We have the blue Elven player, Gannicus, against the red Dwarven player, Onyeka, also known as Lau. Etamers 2. Looks like that. It's like a winter-themed skin of a map, which kind of makes sense because we are in January 2022. And we have also like an arena here. This guy is just watching, you know, like he has a good time because everybody's freezing, but this guy, you know what I'm saying, he's the smartest one. Looks like he's like the king of them, you know what I'm saying? He's the you know, the owner of this camp, a random orc archer. Fury in the Elf was a bad choice too, but I mean, it's okay. Every map can be great. And obviously, we have many new maps in the map pool of this tournament, which means not enough experience was, you know, collected on these maps just yet. But imagine a tournament in which we only see Forts of Eisen, you know what I'm saying? One will be play 8 team. What? Yes, my boys are playing. Yes, Actilion, your boys are playing indeed. So we have the economical opening for the Elven player. We see 1, 2, 3, 4 Malone trees in total. On the other side, we see actually the same opening also for Dwarven player, 4 mineshafts into the Forge Wargs for the early battle wagons. Okay, that's a pretty interesting one. PowerPoint wise, we have nothing just yet from the Elven player, and also nothing yet from the Dwarven player. So here they haven't chosen anything yet. Normally, if this would be a random mirror, trust me, the Elven player would have chosen the far side in most of the cases, just to be able to scout the enemy faction, because random is unrevealed in Battle for Middle-earth 2, which actually makes the random pick more meaningful. Like when you pick random and your opponent gets the chance to see your faction in the loading screen, what is the point of picking random in the first place? You know? And here, that's the reason why the PowerPoints are a bit weaker, because in BFME 2, the War Chant and the Rallying Call, they have not like a crazy amount. I mean, they are not bad, but they have not like the crazy impact they do have in Rise of the Witch King. It's a stable opening against Battle Wagons opening. So pretty interesting. We will see lots of mobile units on the field at the beginning. I don't know about the fight between the Rivendell Lancers against the Battle Wagons. We will see that. I mean, I think the Lancers are a bit faster, so you cannot really get away from them with the Battle Wagons. battle wagons in most cases are more like a sportive unit with the additional sustain, with the well, with the additional damage leadership, with the statue around it, the banners, you know. It's like a mobile walking statue pretty much. You know what I would love to see? The siege hammers. And I believe that was the thing what he was supposed to do in the last game. Remember when he was committing against the fortress? Imagine those guardians would have gotten the siege hammers, you know what I'm saying? I think with the siege hammers he could have taken down the fortress in no time. But he was clearly overestimating his DPS against the fortress and also clearly underestimating the damage from the Elven units. And he kept losing a big army, including Gloin, over and over and over again. By the way, Shanks. Okay. I mean, thank you, Lau, for letting me know, man. Hey, good evening, Goku. Welcome. Oh man, you remind me so much from the past. What do you mean? Are you talking about a good thing or a bad thing? The game have 8. I mean, you are talking about 8 player maps, right? Yeah, of course. So you can play a 4v4 match too. It's also possible. I can't find the switcher, Shanks. Any idea? Ectilion, can you please send Johnny Boy the switcher from you guys in the 1.09 version 2? Because the version 2 came up with a new switcher, right? And he has still the old one. And he cannot play with his friend. Okay. Nice one. Lorien Warriors, they will be able to commit against this mineshaft. That's good. The mineshaft is going to be taken down. The Dwarven units are just too sloppy, too slow to commit against that. The battle wagon is not going to be there in time. And look at the sneaky attack. Look at the DPS. Oh my goodness. And it's a level 2 fort walls. Even with rebuild, it's going to buy you nothing but 3 more seconds. And it's going down just like that. No pikemen, no counter to the lancers. And that's a big commitment which is getting rewarded this time. Very smart move from the Elven player. I really like to see that. And he was kind of forcing the Dwarven player to even use the rebuild defensively, which means no rallying call is available for a potential counterattack. Huge. Nice one. Very well done. He has only one single battle wagon on the field with the banner, and not a second one with the sustain of the well. And the counterattack is happening, but remember, he has no rallying call. He went for the rebuild. That means the archers and the pikemen, they might be able to stall the fight, especially the pikemen in the front. In the porcupine formation, they might be able to stall the fight long enough for the reinforcements to come. All you gotta do is kill the pikemen first, and then you can go for the trample with the lances right after that. And I think that's a plan from the Elven player. Look at that, the pikes are going down one by one, and what a great start into the best of 5 series, definitely from Lau. I mean, sorry, it's actually, I'm kind of confused today. It's Gannicus who's performing, okay. Maybe, as Eagle Crown was saying in the chat, maybe, you know, Gannicus was calling his brother. Hey, Sauron, can you help me out real quickly? I mean, this game isn't over yet, though. He's creeping at the same time, that's pretty nice. We have in total 500 command points available for Lau. He has 3 power points collected after the rebuild start. We have the same command points available for Gannicus. He has 4 power points collected after the rallying call start. So obviously you have many options. We see most of the time the players going for a 10 power point from the spellbook after they start with a 5. And they rarely and barely going for the additional 5 power points unless you have like a really strong faction like Mordor or Goblins or Isengard with the Creeping, Warchant, Palantir, or Cave Bats, Tainted Land, and Palantir. That's a pretty solid combination, as well as for Mordor, the Tainted Land, the Eye of Sauron, and also the Warchant. Especially for Mordor, because in Mordor's case, the power points, the Eye of Sauron, the Tainted Land, and the Warchant, they are able to stack with each other, which is, I believe, the best 5 power points from any faction. The combination just juicy when it comes to make an army quite strong. Okay, so we have kind of a small group of Dwarven units, and the game kind of slowed down again. They don't want to play too careless, you know. They want to make a smart, make smart calls and smart choices, because one small mistake, and trust me, I mean, in Battle for Middle-earth 2, from what I've seen so far, is actually the snowballing effect so great. Like, if you mess up a fight, The amount of damage your opponent might be able to deal to you with a potential counterattack is kind of crazy. Like, you might seem to be winning, but one small counterattack and you might lose literally everything you got. That's why you need to play kind of more carefully. Yes, archery range coming up now doesn't even replace the Forge Forks, unfortunately for us. I would love to see more battle wagons, but it's okay. Okay, Rallying Call is going to be used from Dwarves this time, but he has only one pikeman. The Lancers, they are looking for a trample. Let's see. I mean, the Malon tree is going down for sure, but the question is how much more damage will he be able to deal? That's the only battle wagon he has left on the field. The battle wagon is kind of juicy and kind of beefy against the Lancers though. Should be fine. Yeah, you gotta be careful with the Lancers. It's very important. Take care of the pikemen first. So one more trample is incoming into the Guardians. They are smart to use on ground stance to minimize the DPS, but it's still, you know, buffed Lancers with the aggressive stance. They are still dealing a lot of damage to well. He's going to be taken down. And I believe he won't be able to deal much more damage than that. Oh, never mind. He's going for a sneaky. Nah, it's not working out this way. The battle wagon, the only one he had remaining on the field, will be also taken down. And we have Legolas, ladies and gentlemen. The Prince of the Mirkwood Elves approaches and wanna lead the army of his country, of the Elvenwood, to the victory against the homeland of Gimli, his best friend. I would love to see that, you know, a sneaky demolisher like you said, could be nice to watch. Because, you know, if you draw attention and he doesn't pay attention for like 5 to 10 seconds, the Demolisher might be actually able to take down the fortress. Nice micro from the Elven player. I like that. 9 power points collected. He's only 1 power point away from getting to the 10. And Legolas likes these clumped armies. You know, when you clump too much, the twin arrows, the Hawk Strike, actually has splash damage. The more you are clumped, the more units he will be able to kill with the Hawk Strike. So it's pretty dangerous. I think he can kind of crush them before they can reach out to this area. Just keep the fight at the river. You know, don't give them the chance to move on. Legolas is shooting from downtown, getting more and more experience. Level 2 is going to be unlocked just like that. 11 power points collected now after the rallying call for the Elven player. The mineshaft is going to be taken down next. Beautiful trample coming up from the behind the lines. And here's also like one Lorien warrior kind of pressuring the mineshafts left and right. Slowly but surely dealing economical damage to Dwarves. And it's a perfect situation for the Elven player Gannicus. Like, keeping the fight outside of his own castle is the key to handle this kind of situations. Just deny them to move on. And, you know, they cannot ignore this, right? They can obviously try to move on, but they will just take so much damage as they are so extremely slow. 15 power points collected after the rallying call. The mineshaft is gonna get destroyed. 650 command points available for Elves and 675 for Dwarves. So it's pretty even in the command points department. Everything can still happen. We have also now some hobbits coming from the Shire, from the inn. One pikeman was able to sneak through. I mean, a pretty badly damaged one. Legolas is level 3, has the train archers, which can be used over and over again to give great amount of experience to the Lorien archers.
I will lead the dwarfs into battle.
Oh, and Gloin is on the battlefield. The mineshaft is going down. 7 power points collected. The pikes, look how much damage they were able to deal, like with 1-2 hits. That's crazy DPS. He has one mineshaft level 2 and this one is also level 2, right? Yeah. So keeping those two protected should be the main priority for the Dwarven player, but this one behind is going to be eventually taken down. He can get the pikeman out from this mineshaft. Let's see if this is gonna be the case. Nope, he's not getting out and giving up this mineshaft for no reason. They are coming now, but it's a little bit too late. Oh, be careful, Lancers. Oh, Gannicus. He's not paying attention, boys. And he lost one battalion. But it's okay, though. It's not the end of the world. He's putting pressure on Dwarves. That's what you want to do. This mineshaft is going to be also found. The builder should be fine if he's paying attention. The Legolas doesn't deal actually too much damage, but if you don't pay attention, he will be eventually able to take him down. The first builder down. Mineshaft is going down, I guess. Rallying call, he's trying to defend this, but it's a great situation for Elves anyway. Like, look how far away they are still from the fortress, you know what I'm saying? I mean, not too far away, but still, like, they won't be able to reach the fortress eventually, right? Unless you let them, unless you leave them. Don't leave them like that. Just fight them. Okay, Hobbit summon is available too. I wish the Dwarven player should have waited for the rallying call and used that with the Hobbit summon at the very same time. Hobbit will be special summoned on top of the enemy archers. Now you would need lancers. Now you would need them. Okay, arrow volley will be used actually from the Elven player on top of the enemy hobbits just to kill them. You have only Samwise Gamgee and Peregrine took alive. And is he gonna do the same mistake like his opponent did? Is he gonna try to commit against the fortress? And is this time going to work out? I don't know. But I see multiple towers coming up. Elrond is on the field, and we have seen how strong he was in the previous game. And I believe that's not gonna work out either, you know what I'm saying? That's a big mistake. Like, there is a Malone tree almost level 3. Why don't you take it down instead? He's turning on it now with the Guardians, and it will be still taken down, I guess. Same mistake as Mia. That's what I'm talking about. I think he won't be able to take it down. The hobbits are going down to Elrond. The Malone tree is going down. It's pretty nice though from the Elven player. But the fortress, and that's the most important thing, will be defended. And in the meantime, Elven player is like a massive army of lancers and pikemen in the middle of the map. 700 command points available against 575 only. And he lost. I mean, Dwarven player also lost the Gloin. And during this fight, Legolas was able to get more experience. He's level 5 now. Elrond is what, level 4 already. I mean, he was like coming out of the fortress like 20 seconds ago, and he's level 4 already, has the high tier leadership unlocked. I think we have found ourselves in a very similar situation like in the previous one, in which the desperate commitment to win this game as soon as possible against the fortress. Unless you are 100% sure that you can do it, I believe committing against the fortress is like a huge gamble situation which can always backfire.
The call for battle cannot be ignored.
Okay, so we have now Gloin back on the menu. He's only level 1. Needs to be level 4 at least for the Shake Foundation, but it's okay. Look at the minimap in the meantime. I love the way he's moving on, and okay, no point of wasting time here. And that's it. The score is going to be 1-1 after this game number 2. So we have once again Elves, dude. It's unbelievable how many times we have seen Elves and Dwarves in this tournament so far. We have the blue Elven player Gannicus against the red Mordor player Lau. Oh god. So far, Elves have lost every single game. We have seen 3 out of 3 games, Elven faction being included. In the past 2 games, they have lost. They got smashed. Sorry, Dwarves got smashed. I always keep saying Elves got smashed, but no, Dwarves got smashed. I think the Dwarven faction has the highest lose rate, you know, in this tournament so far. From like 10 games, they managed to win like 1 or 2 max. We have 2-3 slaughterhouses coming up for the Mordor player. And Eye of Sauron is saying, I see you, and scouting literally everything.
Against the power of Mordor, there can be no victory.
Against the power of Mordor, yeah, they won against Dwarf Shanks. I know, believer. Sorry, my bad. I don't know what's going on with my brain today. It's like lagging, you know what I'm saying? Brain is lagging a little bit. Sorry for your experience in experimenting or experiencing my brain lag. We have 2-3 slaughterhouses coming up from Mordor. And Eye of Sauron is actually reloading quite fast, to be honest with you guys. You know, by the time it's gone from the map, it's already halfway done. So it has really low cooldown, to be honest. And it's a high tier leadership too. I think it's pretty nice, Eye of Sauron. You can scout with it, you can make your army stronger with it. So it's like a very, very good situation. I think it's even better. I think it's almost as good as Keef Bats and Creepane. Even though I believe Keef Bats and Creepane, they are kind of busted. But Eye of Sauron cannot be killed, right? So you cannot kill it. While you can kill Keef Bats or Creepane. So he's cancelling the Orc Pits actually. We have in the meantime a stable coming up and a barracks at the same time. So stable for the lancers to put pressure, and archers from the barracks to actually defend their own settlements. Remember, the Malone trees are extremely squishy. They have only 1040 HP. They are the second weakest resource buildings in the entire game. While the slaughterhouses are a bit more beefy, they have 1600 HP. So tavern start. I mean, that's something we see from time to time. Most of the time, however, we see actually orc pits, multiple orc pits. But sometimes you also do see tavern. However, it's a very interesting building, because the more you build of it, the more discount you will get on your Corsairs. So 10% when you have 2, 15 when you have 3, and 20 when you have 4. Because they're also kind of expensive units, right? They cost 400 each. But every time I see them, they don't feel really strong. They got smashed every single time. Haradrim Palace to get some pikemen to counter the enemy lancers. Nazgul rush, okay. Nazgul early. He was killing some goblins, but didn't actually finish off the lair. So the one goblin archer is gonna shoot it all the time and eventually in 1000 years take it down. The Nazgul is looking for some potential Malon trees at the bottom side. Remember, the Malon trees are so weak that even a Nazgul can kill it in no time. He will be able to scout the builder, but won't waste time trying to kill it. He will just commit against the Malon tree. Eye of Sauron is back up. We have pikemen on the field, and pikemen need to be used. They are just typing too much. I don't even read what they are typing, by the way. Sorry. So he was demolishing the Malon tree just to deny the Nazgul the experience he's looking for. Why? Why would you do that, brother? I don't understand. Like, that's the one thing you are supposed to not do. Don't do that. Rest in peace, Nazgul. And guys, the hard counter system in Battle for Middle-earth 2, like, if you don't pay attention 1 single second, your mounted heroes, especially the Nazguls from Mordor faction, they are so squishy against pikes, they will die in a single second. And that was a perfect proof. Like, there goes your early game advantage, early game pressure. Rematch. Okay, but it's still Mordor against Elves, you know what I'm saying? It's still Mordor against Elves. I believe Mordor is in a much better spot in this current meta of the Battle for Middle-earth 2 on the patch 1.09 version 2.0. But again, everything is kind of relative, because everything can be changed as they are working already since a couple of months on the version 3, which I believe will be also released very soon. The first counterattack with pikemen and Lorien warriors. Where are the corsairs when we need them? They're actually being sent forward. I will be used, and I want to see their damage against the Malon tree. I mean, it's still great, and it will be demolished just in time. Maybe fire bombs. I don't know why nobody's using ever fire bombs. The Steeple is a bit more tanky, and you need pikemen to take it down. You know, one-on-one situation, Lorien warriors against corsairs, but they are running it down into the fortress range, and they will be eventually taken down. So the counterattack with lancers too. The slaughterhouse is going down definitely. And lancers are also able to deal great amount of damage to the production buildings like the Haradrim Palace, for example. Corsairs can be trampled down. Yeah, they are not taking too much damage from the trample house ever. Nazgul has to be careful. This 2 pikemen can actually kill him if he doesn't pay attention. Level 2 or level 4 unlocked already. I mean, I can just not get used to it how fast the heroes are able to level up from level 1 to level 4, especially those Nazguls. You know, after killing like 1-2 units or 1-2 buildings, they will be level 4, level 5 in literally 2 seconds. Which, by the way, makes the game micro much more intense, because in order to deny him the experience, you literally have to demolish every single building in time. If you don't, they will just get a lot of experience until level 4 or 5, and it's gonna be much slower after that one. I personally like this for expensive heroes like Gandalf or Saruman or something like that, because they will be recruited most of the time quite late in the game. So it kind of makes sense that they can level up faster to level 4 to level 5. Otherwise, they would still remain being useless. Like in a very late game, imagine a Gandalf who needs a lot of experience to get to level 4 to be mounted on the Shadowfax. Okay. So the Nazgul, we have 400 command points only for Elves against 450 for Elves. I mean, 400 for Mordor and 450 for Elves. The Builder, not the Builder. Yabadabadu, and he's out. The Nazgul actually quite a great counter to the enemy lancers. That's pretty nice. Corsairs, they are kind of unprotected, but they are kind of sneaky, you know what I'm saying? Like, they are slippery. They are so fast, they can actually take a curve and get out eventually from the situation. Oh, beta? Never mind. Yannikos is paying attention. A well in the middle with Lorien warriors inside the ruined tower. Very interesting. Farsight is available for the next attack, which can also extend the range of the archers. But he has not many archers, and with many I mean, he has like 0 archers on the field, right? Yeah. 0 archers. He actually goes only for pikemen, Lorien warriors, and lancers. Very interesting to not see any archers so far, which is normally the original playstyle from the Elven faction. Yeah, not much happening in the trailer, yet it still doesn't look great. I don't like the voice of the woman. I gotta be honest with you guys. I think the voice, I wish they would have asked me, you know what I'm saying, to talk for the trailer. Guys, imagine me talking for the Lord of the Rings trailer. Oh my goodness. 5 million views on it. Comments only hitting like a truck. Trust me on that one. Oh my goodness. One ring to rule them all. Lancers.
We bring spears from Midland.
We bring spears from Midland. Oh, but look how much time they are buying actually. Kind of keeping those Lancers busy. Elves are going for a big push with Lorien warriors, 2 of them. 1 pikeman and 1 lancer. That's all it takes. Slaughterhouse level 2 in the front. Has to be protected. Remember, the Corsairs are a great counter to the enemy pikemen. So they can take them down in no time. But Mordor needs more than that. He has not enough units on the field to defend such a forest. No orcs, no orc archers. Only melee units. Maybe some orc units would be also great to pressure the map a little bit, you know. Because orcs are almost for free. You can spam them a lot of them. And even when your money is low. Here's the creeping action going on with the pikemen Easterlings. They are creeping the troll there. At the bottom side. The Nazgul. Be careful, Nazgul. Look at these Corsairs now. If they get the chance to hit the pikemen, they can kill them in no time. Nazgul, great micro this time from Lau. Getting into the Lorien warriors and also taking care at the very same time with the Corsairs on the pikemen. The Nazgul just has to avoid trampling them down and he should be good, I believe. Level 5 is unlocked. The barricade will be special summoned. And the pikes are gone now. That means the Nazgul can do whatever he pleases. But it's a very weird spot on the barricade, which the Elven player can completely ignore, right? He doesn't need to go to this spot. He doesn't need to take care of this barricade. I mean, it's not bad to block this pathway, kinda. But it's definitely not the best spot to summon it on. I think summoning it maybe here, or maybe here, or maybe here would be a better choice. The good thing about the barricade is it's reloading also kind of fast. You can spawn many of them. If the game goes quite long, you can actually make like multiple barricade summons and use them for defense and make a move offensively while your barricades can keep defending yourself all the time. Will Smith as Elrond, please. Will Smith is a great dude. Nazgul, slowly but surely, taking care of this Malone tree. Demolition time. Here's a lot of Lancers, dude. When you see so many horses, I believe the best thing you can do is just go for massive pikemen. Like, there are not many archers either, so just spam pikemen, Easterlings all the time. I would love to see Mouth of Sauron too. Maybe a second Nazgul could be a great choice too. Oh! Deja vu, I guess. Deja vu. And all of a sudden, a random pikeman is killing a Nazgul. The most, you know, scary thing in the films was a Nazgul, especially in the first film. The Hobbits, the Shire, the Hobbits, you know, generally the Frodo Baggins, Samwise Gamgee and everybody was so frightened of the Nazgul, and all it takes apparently is one single Miflon sentry unit and that's it. Why they were so scared of that? A Nazgul! We need a pikeman! The Malone tree is gonna be taken down very, very soon. Tavern is level 1, but he has 2 of them for 10% discount to get them for 360 instead of 400. He needs to definitely build more slaughterhouses around this side, which is a great protection. 5 power points collected after the eye and the barricade. Hey Stevie boy, how are you doing today, Stevie? Lorien warriors are keeping the pressure. I mean, we can clearly see and tell that this is not the greatest move. Because let's be honest, I believe in the entire game so far, the Corsairs have done nothing for the Mordor player Lau, besides feeding the Elven player all the time. And they are so expensive too. They cost 360 when you have 2 of these taverns, 400 if you have only 1. But yet they don't feel so strong, especially in this kind of situations. The builder might be in trouble. Nah, it's already dead. It was one of the Easterlings remaining on the field. I don't know why I'm even playing. I don't know either. If double Nazgul now, one of them is level 5, one of them is level 1. 2 Nazguls to rule them all. Every 60 seconds, 1 minute passes in Africa. Oh yeah, that's true. Oh, that's Elven wood, which cannot be covered by the tainted land. Keep that in mind. Basically type and lose. Yeah, they are typing too much. What? Okay, he's actually I was not focusing on the chat from them, and yeah, Lau has left the game, boys, and that's it. I wish you could mute them here. You know what I'm saying? The Battle for Middle-earth thing here has the mute option, so you can mute the people if you don't want to, like mute all chat in League of Legends, for example. You can mute them if you don't want to read the messages, but it's not possible in Battle for Middle-earth 2. That's why I'm saying BFME 1 is the mother of Battle for Middle-earth games. It's older, but has sometimes better features than what BFME 2 and Rise of the Witch King has to offer. Just cover the chat with something. Should I put my face on it? Oh, what? Was
We'll call for some guardians.
offensive mineshaft already for dwarves? Uruks against guardians. No rush, please. Let me have bats. So he wanna have bats for the fight, but it's long cooldown. It will be definitely on cooldown against buffed units and no buff and no debuff Isengard army. We shall see. Hey Mishra of X, your next game, whenever you want. You can play right after this one if you want to, against Sweet. You are against the Ukrainian player Sweet in the losers bracket, Mishra of X. Maybe you can improve and get the victory to move on to the grand finals. Rallying call a bit too early. And he was not even... what? He was not even waiting for the second guardian. That's a very questionable move. But luckily for him, the furnaces are so extremely squishy. They can fight this, not right? Yeah, they should be able to fight against Uruks too. Crossbowman there, he's stalling. He's actually buying time for the crossbowman to arrive. Just ignore them and take down the furnace maybe. Yeah, they are dying. I mean, this is a tanky combination, right? We can use hold crown plus the shield wall formation. That can make those Uruks quite beefy. One of them has been taken down, but it's fine. Maybe he might also get the second one destroyed. We shall see. This is Noob 1v1. Stevie, I've seen you trying 1v7 yesterday, my friends. And I also have seen you failing many times as 1v7. Stevie, by the way, guys, if you don't know, is known as one of the best Battle for Middle-earth players, Battle for Middle-earth 1 players, for many years, and he was actually the best when the game was active. You know what I'm saying? So being the best now in 2022, when there are legit only 10 active players, doesn't mean too much. But he was actively playing like back in 2008, 2009, and he was a really strong player from Argentina, by the way. He's Ectilion's stepbrother, and all these I mean, I think it's kind of rigged. Every expert, BFME 2 and BFME 1, has like Ectilion, you know, from Argentina, Stevie from Argentina. What is going on? What is going on? Like, looks like Battle for Middle-earth has like an Argentinian gang, you know what I'm saying? We are messy gamers, true. So he's creeping at the same time with the pikeman at the bottom side. The war creep is gonna be secured. By the way, Stevie, we have also this map in Battle for Middle-earth 1 now, the Forts of Brunnen map. This map exists like this one, also in BFME 1. We have Uruks. Borg Riders. Oh, that's pretty unlucky. I believe they won't. Yeah, they were able... What? He was not able to see the mineshaft, right? Like, the vision control you get from a unit isn't the greatest, so you need to actually scout a lot to be able to find all these sneaky mineshafts and stuff like that. Seems like Forts of Eisen. I mean, it's a bit different. It's kind of similar. It's like a... No. I mean, it's not like Forts of Eisen in my opinion. It's different. The mineshaft is going to be found. Rallying call has been used, but Kribin is available for the fight, so he can debuff them and make them lose the buff they will get from the rallying call anyway. But it looks like he has not enough units to defend this fight. Defend this push, I mean. One pikeman only, so all he needs to do is kill the one pikeman, which is easier said than done, before he can commit with the Warg Riders. But Kribin is gonna weaken them, make them lose their buffs and also a quarter of their damage and armor. One Urukai leading forward, but he has two guardians inside the mineshaft, so he should be able to protect himself. Okay, so he might be able to eventually take down this furnace, but if the pikemen go down, He will be definitely not able to deal any kind of economical damage because of the second Warg Rider is being also on the field. Now he can go for a trample with 2 of them. An easy defense. Oh, actually, to be honest, I didn't see that coming. The Uruk all of a sudden was able to destroy the level 2 mineshaft. Quite early too, like quite fast, I mean. That hurts. Like Isengard is dropping down to 400 command points, yes, but also Dwarves are dropping down to 400 command points only. And trust me, in this matchup, Dwarves are gonna get outskilled from Isengard, economically at least, because eco-wise, Isengard is the best faction. Like you have industry, you have devastation, you have this, you have that. Like you have many tools to boost your money, which will give you the chance to outspam your enemy in almost every single situation in the mid to late game. Hey man, leave my Banzi alone. A Banzi is OG DMAC, okay? That's the border, my friend. He's moderator proof, you know? He's like the one rank for me.
We've got a wagon ready here.
Battle wagon ready here. 5 power points collected, 500 command points available for Dwarves, and 450 command points available for Isengard player Gannicus. 7 power points collected after the creeping. He might go for the war chant if he wants. The oil barrel is going to be used from the battle wagon on the enemy backline. The fire on the ground is damaging them up over time, and they will be eventually forced to disengage. The Warg Rider is going for a juicy trample though into the backline. The battle wagon is now surrounded by the enemy Warg Riders. One more battle wagon is coming, but it's taking way too much damage. Actually, it doesn't. He was not focusing it. He was actually trying to kill the Guardians. So this is a very good situation for the Dwarven player. Why? Because the thing is, he has now sustained with the well on the battle wagon and also additional damage and combat experience from the battle wagon. So he's saying ouch because it hurts. And Dwarves now have the momentum. They keep going. Let's see. The furnace is going down. And the thing is, multitasking is very important for the Dwarven player now. Keep expanding at the very same time. We have Lords on the field. The leader of the Uruks. Remember, there is no Ugluk in Battle for Middle-earth 2. But you can find Ugluk in many mods. Like, they added actually Ugluk also for, like, I believe the Shadow and Flame mod in Battle for Middle-earth 1 has also Ugluk. I guess Age of the Ring mod has also Ugluk. But the vanilla games, BFME 2 and Rise of the Witch King, have no Ugluk. They have only Sharku and Wormtongue. Okay, so he's moving on now with another army. But I guess at this stage of the game, sending those small group of units is not going to achieve too much for you. Maybe it's better if you actually gather all your Guardians and Pikemen and go for a massive push. Then you can also deal great amount of damage. 500 command points available for the Isengard player, almost 10 power points collected after the Creepine. We have in the meantime 700 command points available for the Dwarven player, and he has 4 power points after the Rallying Call and the heal. Rallying Call has been used. Creepine is available though. It can be used to nullify all the effects they will get from the Battle Wagon and also from the Rallying Call. 10 power points collected. He goes, you know, Devastation can stand by the way in Battle for Middle-earth 2. So you can either use it on the money or on the enemy units, and he's gonna use it on them at the same time. So he got money from it, and also he stunned them for like a couple of seconds. The stun duration I believe is like 3, 4, 5 seconds max, but it can even stun enemy heroes. That's what makes it so busted. So if an enemy hero is about to escape you, you just use Devastation on him. He cannot move for like 2 to 3 seconds, and then you might be able to eventually take him down. The battle wagons, they gotta be careful. And Lords is using Carnage. The Pikes are still able to destroy the Uruk pit, however. Nice splitting here. He was able to destroy also one of the furnaces. Isengard is dropping down to 300 command points only, but he has a lot of cash in the bank. Look at this money. He has nearly 3,000. That's a lot. I mean, you can eventually go for like another hero, but I guess at this point it's important to keep rebuilding the furnaces to expand your command points, right? Because he has no command points. We also hear more and more Guardians joining the battlefield. He was able to save these 2 battle wagons. We have also Gloin on the field now. And another push. And one of the strengths of the Dwarven faction, and there are not many, trust me on that one. Maybe Gimli is one of the major power spikes of the Dwarven army. But it's about their snowballing effect. Like when they have a lead, they can actually be quite annoying to deal with. And currently they have definitely a lead. Isengard has to play a bit more defensively. Hope for a overcommitment slash a mistake from the Dwarven player. Remember, Lau has to win this game. I want free for all BFME 1 me Isengard beating your Gondor, please. Yeah, sure, man. You can try. You can try that. Isn't Ugluk a pre-made custom hero? And no, he was also in the films, right? He was the one who was saying, looks like meat's back on the menu, boys. Oh my goodness, I got scared for a single second. The Thunderbolt. And who now can face against this guy? He actually killed nothing. Okay, you need to be man up, my friend Saruman. You need to be able, at least level 2 for the fireball. But they were buffed. It is the reason why they didn't get killed. And also hold ground stance, making them beefier. There is Gloin. Gloin doesn't joke. Gloin is actually angry. He wants to take care of this wizard by himself. The Wizard Plus is reloading quite fast, but Saruman definitely needs more experience and more levels before he can be effective. Hey, Saruman, don't be a fool. Don't underestimate the power of dwarves. Boom! Slap on your face. The battle wagons going into the backline, into the crossbowmen, they will trample them down. Wizard Plus is almost back up, like 2 to 3 more seconds. Where is Lourdes at when we need him? Lourdes, I believe, is running for his life. Yeah, Carnage and running for his life. Saruman! Protect me! Servants, oh, still not level 2. Imagine such an entrance and then nothing comes out of it. Nothing comes out of it. He's so low now, the battle wagons can run him down. Can't touch this. I mean, he can keep running all the time, you know what I'm saying? The Dwarven infantry units, they will never get the chance to catch him. The furnace has been taken down, 9 power points collected, but he has barely any units and barely any money left in the bank. Maybe get level 2? Yeah, maybe get level 2. He's talking about his Saruman, trust me. He needs fireball. Hit him one time. Still not level 2. One more time. The fortress is gonna kill him. One more. Come on, Saruman, do it. But the fortress, once again, fortress keeps killing his stuff and he can never get the kill. Finally level 2. Imagine him dying in a one-on-one situation against those guardians. Turn in fireball. Fireball doesn't deal too much damage. I don't know if this was full HP or not, but if it was, then it's actually great damage. If it wasn't, not a good amount of damage. Okay, he's gonna call it GG and that's it. And ladies and gentlemen, the score once again is going to be even, 2-2. And we are jumping right into the deciding game in the game number 5. In one of the maps, you can now choose. So we have the red Mordor player, Lau at the top side, against the blue Elven player, Gannicus at the bottom side. We have seen this matchup already in which the Elves were able to win. Actually, Elves won a lot of games today. So let's see if they can do it one more time. So I will be used once again right off the bat to scout what is going on. Oof, I'm dead. So it looks like Pinicus, or also known as Gannicus, is kind of afraid about this matchup a little bit. But one major mistake, like the one we have seen on the map Westfold, in which the Nazgul is running it down into a random pikeman, can easily turn this game around. But I'm always elf. I don't know, man. I don't know. The random gods have decided. I hate TikTok so much, man. Seems like the trash TV, but in internet. Yeah, but most people are in love with that because time management is very, very crucial, right? So there is a trend, right, in the world, and in the world it's about, you know, swapping. Like you watch a video for like 5 to 10 seconds max, and if you don't like it, with one single finger, and you are in the next video. You are in the next video. That can be actually quite addicting. You know what I'm saying? So you can keep, all of a sudden, you can keep yourself was seeing in this situation in which you are watching shorts or TikTok videos for like 10 minutes, for like 1 full hour, I mean, you know what I'm saying? While on YouTube, like the long videos, they are kind of outdated. So that's why most of the creators on YouTube are also making those edited videos, like 8 to 10 minutes videos. And do you guys know why 8 minutes to be precise? Because they can put 2 ads in it. They can make more money off that when they put 8-minute video instead of a 7 or 6-minute video. That's the main reason. But also because there is like an attention level of a user, right? So who is gonna watch a full hour video on YouTube from the beginning until the very end? Unless it's a film or a series. But who's gonna watch a full hour from the beginning until the end when it's a gaming content? When you are playing against a bot or against a player in a one-on-one, or I'm commentating a game between good players you know, in 2v2, 3v3, 1v1 situation. In the video, it's a best of 5, best of 7. It's like 2 hours long. Who's gonna watch this 2-hour video from the beginning until the very end? Only, you know, a couple of people, because it's too long. And the shorts and TikTok videos, they are so short, you can just watch them whenever you want, whenever you have time, and you can keep watching them. And if you don't like it, you just swap and go to the next.
I see you.
I've never played Total War, to be honest with you guys. Oh, Corsairs once again like in the previous game, but this time not the early Nazgul.
Watch out!
Corsairs, they are running quite fast. That's the good thing about them. I believe they are quite mobile. They are dancing around the Rosie. Did you guys see what happened there? It felt like they are so scared of their own Eye of Sauron. They were afraid for whatever reason. I don't know why they were afraid. Look at the positioning though. Look at this commitment against the Malon tree. Malon tree has been still taken down. That's pretty nice. Remember, Eye of Sauron will also give you additional armor, which is, in my opinion, the reason why it's the best thing at the beginning of the game in compared to a War Chant or Rallying Call. It gives you definitely less damage, but having armor and damage at the same time is just much better and greater than having only one sort of, you know, only armor or damage. And look how long they are stalling the fight, how long they are drawing the attention from the Elven player. The first counterattack now, there is a Haradrim Palace coming up, but it might be a little bit too late. Remember, the Lances are able to take care of these production buildings also in no time. What is going on? Look this, you see this? He got kicked out of the tavern. He was too drunk, you know, he's like, I'm drunk, go home. Okay, pikemen are committing now. Rallying Call has been used. One Corsair is gonna make it out, but I believe the tavern might still be taking on. Remember, the pikemen are dealing a lot of damage to the production buildings, but in the meantime, the Corsairs, however, are actually bullying them out. Lots of damage being dealt to the pikes, and the Corsairs are going to be able to save the tavern, which is also kind of tanky, right? It has 3000 health, way tanky than Haradrim Palace, for example. So it's way harder to be taken down. Okay, so the Nazgul is hitting level 3 instantly in like a second. That means the Dread Visage is unlocked for the debuff for the nearby allied units. It's always active. It's like a permanently active cave beds, permanently active creeping.
Tear down this evil place.
The pikes, they won't be there in time, I guess. Don't overcommit maybe with the horses. He's paying attention. He will get in safety. But lots of pressure on Mordor, definitely. Great execution here from the Elven player. I like to see that. Yannicus has in total 400 command points against 500 from Lau. But he has the momentum advantage. So it looks like you want to creep. The Nazgul is going to be on the hunt. Will chase down those Lancers, but the Slaughterhouse is going to be taken down regardless. If he wants to take it down, he can take it down. It looks like he doesn't want to feed this Nazgul even more. Small trade, small pressure attempts here from the Elven player. The second Taiwan is coming up now for the 10% discount. And the third production building from the Mordor player Lau, who is refusing to get any Orc warriors on the field. Maybe even some mountain trolls could be a nice choice. You know, because there are no archers. He has only pikes and lancers and Lorien warriors. That means there is not a big counter to the trolls, because the trolls can always run away from the pikemen. They don't need to fight them. So trolls can be quite nice and useful. But he goes for the second Nazgul instead. So 2 Nazguls, one of them level 4, one of them is level 2. Which is good because he can keep chasing down those lancers all the time. The Malon tree. Nice one with the Corsairs. Also, this one is going to be taken down. There are no pikemen from the Elven player nearby. It means nothing that can stop these Nazguls. Elven player is actually losing a lot of stuff left and right. The Nazguls are still in a good spot, but that's, you know, that can change in like 1 second. Be careful. Okay, he's paying attention this time. That's pretty nice. The Slaughterhouse here is going to be taken down next. We have in total nearly 6 power points collected for the Mordor player after the great Eye of Sauron. 550 command points available. On the other side, we have 450 for Elven player Gannicus. The score is dead even, 2-2, and this is the game which counts. This is the game, the most important game in this series. Elven player is moving on from the bottom side. And also pressuring quite nicely. I like the playstyle from the Elven player, Gannicus actually. He's playing really aggressively with the Elven faction. Normally, when we see Elves, they play much more defensively by recruiting multiple archers and kind of playing it slow. But this guy is actually putting lots of pressure. I like that. Counterattack, the Malone tree getting crushed in 2 seconds. But they go for like a small base trade, right? They are actually ignoring the attack. I mean, not really ignoring, but they don't defend only. They always want to put pressure and defend at the same time, which is pretty nice to see lots of action. Oh, that hurt. Oh, that's painful. Oof, the barracks though has 0 protection and it's gonna go down. Once again, boys, the Easterlings or any pikeman unit against a barrack, stable, or anything that can produce units is just too good. The amount of damage you deal is kind of crazy, and that's one thing I personally I still couldn't get used to that. The amount of structural damage in this game is kind of crazy. Even on the patch 1.00, I believe, I believe like many years ago, Mustafa was asking me to cast a game on 1.00 for Battle for Middle-earth 2, like the original unmodified version. And guys, one Fell Beast was able to kill the fortress in like 5 seconds. One simple Nazgul, a Fell Beast. Like even back in the day, the resource buildings and the production buildings or the structures, you know, generally were so extremely squishy. And it's still the case also on this patch. Like even the mine shafts, they feel so squishy in most situations. The stable is going to be taking down. Look at this. You see, like 1 or 2 pikemen, the amount of devastation they can create, that's kind of next level. I guess this is the rematch. GG's. And Gannicus is going to call it GG after losing his stable, after losing his Malon trees, after losing his barracks to 2 pikemen and 1 corsair. GG's.